For the first time in program history, UCLA women's basketball is 23-0 to begin a year. They've won 22 straight games by double digits. They're number one in the nation, and a big reason why is my guest today. Angela Dugalić joins me, playing the 4 spot for the Bruins on the Bruin Insider Show. She is with me. I'm Bryan Fenley. Angela, you're winning, but you're winning. It seems like you're having a lot of fun right now. I can tell you're having the time of your life, whether it's watching you play, interacting with your teammates, even on social media. What am I getting at here?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I think it's just the fact that I'm playing with friends and it doesn't feel like work for me. It feels like this fun hobby, and I'm enjoying my time. Just, considering this might be my last year, it's doing whatever I can to make the most out of it. And I think it's just playing without the pressure of, needing to perform at the highest level. It's just, I'm enjoying playing. I'm enjoying the moment right now.
You're also enjoying some really nice rebounding numbers right now. I know your last 3 games, just about double figures in rebounds you're averaging. What's led to that for you and being so good on the boards recently?
Yeah, my coaches have made a big emphasis on my rebounding. I'm pretty good at defensive rebounding. I would say I'm relatively consistent in that throughout most games. I'm not going to say all, but offensive rebounding has always been a very big emphasis because I'm not consistent in that. So it was just a matter of if I want to stay on the court, I have to go and rebound. Yeah.
You obviously are staying on the court. You're starting and you're doing incredible work as far as hitting the free ball, making your free throws. And this is a team that obviously had a good year last year, but you knew you had something even better in store this season. When you look at the expectations of what you thought this team could be at the beginning of the year, compared to what you feel like you are right now, 23 games in, what's the same and what's different?
Mm-hmm. I think it's just our team chemistry, and we had to build it up at the beginning of the year. It can go, one of both ways. So it's either really, really good or really, really bad. And I think, honestly, we're really, really good, but still not. There's always room for improvement. And I think the reason of that is because we just do such a good job of listening to each other on and off the court. We don't take things personally. We know it's for the better of the team, and we just want to win at the end of the day. And it's showing up. Yes.
It is definitely showing up. What does it look like from your perspective in showing up after practice and getting that individual work? How big of an emphasis have you made that this season?
Yeah, we've all made it a big emphasis. I remember Janiyah saying one time in interviews, she's never seen a program where people just, willingly go, the whole team goes and does extra work after practice. And I prefer in the morning before practice just so I can do that and go on with the rest of my day after practice. Sometimes I feel sluggish, but I think that's what separates us from other teams is the fact that it's not 1 or 2 or half the team doing it. It is all 13 of us, whether you're in or out, playing, not playing, injured, whatever it is, all of us are doing something to improve ourselves.
Yeah, you are. UCLA's Angela Dugalić joins us on the Bruin Insider Show. I'm Bryan Fenley. You are improving so much so that Corey Close, your head coach, a few weeks ago, said that she was talking to a donor, UCLA women's basketball related, and that donor said that you have to be, and clearly we all see it, the most improved player this season. And that was something that Corey Close mentioned. What is that donor getting into? What is Corey Close in seconding what that donor says as far as she was talking about the emotional stability, the maturity that you have on and off the court with this team, and how you've really seen that surge this year?
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but thank you to all of them. I think it's just, realizing this probably is my last year playing here, and I want to have a good year. I don't want to be stressing about things that are not under my control, which I have a tendency. I still do that sometimes, all the time, but just things that I just want to enjoy this year. And I remember how it was from last year, coming back from an injury. I felt like there was a lot of pressure and all this stuff, and that throughout the summer I went through the Olympics, and that was a whole process and everything. So my end goal for this season was just to have fun while I play, because I feel like I haven't had that in a really long time, and I've done it so far. And I think that's with that progress, I've done a better job emotionally, done a better job on the court, whatever it is, relationship with my teammates. So yeah.
There's that relationship with your teammates. There's also that relationship with the coaching staff. And as much as this is a number 1 ranked team in the country, players play a big part in that. But you would be the first to mention this. The coaching staff is if there was a ranking for them, they would be number 1 in the nation. And why would you go as far as to say that? Clearly, they're showing that.
Yeah, I mean, you see all the people in the front, as I said before, like you see Corey, you see maybe even see the assistant coach. I would say, including them, of course, it's a lot of the behind the scenes people that you guys don't ever see, that are never on camera, but are with us every single day, early mornings, late nights, whatever it is, and whether we want to do extra work. I mean, Corey always talks about it takes a village, and it genuinely does. It's not just who you see on camera, or it's the people behind the camera.
A couple of people that behind the camera that, you growing up have played a profound role in your life, your parents, and obviously representing Serbia in the Olympics, and obviously living in the United States and how important that is. But how have you also found it important to remember your roots and where you came from and the pride you take in that, and obviously representing your family's native country in Serbia for the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, that's always been a big part of me and my journey, and thankfully I have a coaching staff that understands that. So we have discussions about, if I need to go overseas during the season, how does that look like, if I can possibly go, and every single time they're very accommodating, and that comes with, they're talking to my Serbian coach, and it has to come to an agreement, and they've done a really good job of building the relationship over the past few years. But wearing with that flag on my chest is just this sense of pride, because it's like, it's my blood, it's my heritage, and all I want to do is make them proud. Not just my family, not just myself, but my team, the people in Serbia, everyone, yeah.
So getting to see where that inner drive comes from is really cool. Your relationship, you talk about building relationships, building that with Lauren Betts, and how you complement each other. She the 5, you the 4 at times on the court. How have you grown in getting to know how each other play, and so you can play off of each other better, and how that's showing itself on the court this year?
I mean, it took time. It took lots of practice, and even coming back from Serbia, that was just like a little bit of a dip in our, I wouldn't say like a relationship off the court, but just on the court, figuring out how to play with the 6'7" post again. I don't have that in Serbia, so but we talked to each other nonstop, and I think that was a thing of growth in Lauren's part. Sometimes it was hard for her to correct someone, because she didn't know how to make that confrontation, but she's made such an improvement in that. And that's the thing that helps me, is I don't know what I don't know unless you point something out for me. So she's done a tremendous job of that, and we were in constant communication, and same thing with the staff, with the rest of my teammates. But Lauren's a big part of our team, and that's the first person I normally look to get the ball in.
If you look to, as we wrap up this conversation, social media, Instagram, UCLA women's basketball just announced that you guys have sold out the home game against USC.
Yeah.
What does that mean in the lead up to being on the road tomorrow and taking on the Trojans?
I mean, it's a really, really cool thing, especially since, that's a crosstown rival, and last year the atmosphere was tremendous, both sides, and even in Vegas too. But right now we're just focused on tomorrow. It's what I know. That's our mentality constantly. So we got USC tomorrow. Then after that, I think it's Michigan State maybe. I don't even know who's after that, honestly. But yeah, right now we're just focused on USC. Yeah.
The focus is on the Trojans. Look forward to that one tomorrow night at USC. For Angela Dugalić, I'm Bryan Fenley here on the Bruin Insider Show. Angela, thank you so much.
Thank you.